Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed pure, awesome, and amazing footage from the brand new final trailer for Netflix's adaptation of Avatar The Last Airbender. This is a great way to end off the marketing campaign for the show, as we are now just 2 days away from the release. If this is the last thing that we get until then, I will be totally satisfied. We are going to break down this trailer together in this new video today, so I hope you are all ready. My fellow benders of all four nations, welcome to Uncle Iroh's Tea Shop, the Jasmine Dragon. Find yourself a seat, grab some jasmine tea, and enjoy the video. Like with my recent videos, let's see if we can hit a goal of 300 likes on this one. First things first, I was not able to mention this in my video this morning, but it was revealed yesterday as well that the official soundtrack for the Netflix show will be released on the 22nd, and so you can see this here from the official Twitter post from the composer himself. If you guys are music lovers like I am, definitely be sure to be there when this drops. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But with that out of the way now, I just want to jump right into this trailer because that is all I want to talk about. I will not be showing footage of it just because if I do, I will be hit with the copyright, so we are going to break it down through images. Overall, I really love this trailer. I think it is fantastic. If you are somebody who's on Twitter, by all means, do not go into the comment sections of where this trailer is posted because, man, are people so negative about the littlest of things, but I digress. So, it starts off with none other than Avatar Kyoshi telling Aang that he must master the Avatar state. It can be the ultimate weapon, or it can save his life. With her saying that to him, we also get a brand new, fully revealed shot, and an in-your-face shot, I might add, of Avatar Kyoshi herself. We've already seen this image in other areas, but we now are seeing it in footage form. After that, we get another shot of her in a skyline POV, as it almost looks like that she's going full Super Saiyan and in a ball of fire in Kyoshi Village. This same shot here is the one that we've seen many times before, but it is now a new look on it to showcase that that was in fact Avatar Kyoshi that dropped down from the sky and was Aang manifesting her like many theorized. We also get a very, very small frame-by-frame shot of Aang in the Avatar state, as I was able to capture this when scrolling through the trailer. So far, I have to say the way the Avatar state looks from a visual perspective looks pretty good just based off these images. This last image of this section here finishes off with him in the water unconscious as he is about to go into the Avatar state, and this reminds me of the scene in the beginning of Book 1 in the cartoon where he does get thrown off Zuko's ship and goes into the Avatar state for the first time to wreak havoc on Zuko. Next up, we have another new monologue from Aang as he says that everyone is counting on him. He asks, how am I supposed to save the world if I don't know what I'm doing? Katara tells him to imagine what will happen if he doesn't even try. As this commentary goes on, we get some brand new shots of Aang when he's actually talking through this conversation. A new shot of Zuko looking like he's about to light himself up on fire, a new shot of a very well-known scene of which is of Katara hugging Aang after he goes into the Avatar state in the Southern Air Temple when he finds out about what happened, and then another shot which is of Katara's side of the conversation when she is talking to Aang about this. After this, we get Aang fighting firebenders on what looks like Zuko's ship, our first official reveal of the Northern Water Tribe in all of its glory, another angle of when Aang is doing his air scooter in Kyoshi Island, a new shot of Katara and Sokka when they are riding the waves at the very beginning of the show in their canoe, and then also another very, very quick shot of Omashu, as this one is from the POV of where the bridge starts as you walk into the city, as you can see that there are some people who are walking along it right here. Once this ends, we get right into the main portion of the greatness that is this trailer and its footage, as it starts with a new shot of Aang in the Avatar state in the Southern Air Temple as Katara and Sokka are trying to get closer to him like they did in the cartoon. I have to say, this looks really good visually. I am thoroughly impressed with how they shot this. Of course, as far as a one-to-one, it's not going to look the same as it did in the cartoon, but I just don't care anymore. If this is how it's supposed to look in live action, then that's all good to me. It seems like the emotion is going to be felt in this scene, which is what matters the most, given the context of it. The next couple of shots, I have to say, I absolutely loved. One of the shots starts with Zuko asking Iroh what it is that he's looking at as they are in the Northern Water Tribe looking up at what appears to be a blue light of sorts. Sokka is doing the same thing as he too is looking up at some blue light. Real quickly though, before we move on from this shot of Sokka, I'm sure that there might have been some people who didn't even notice at first, but if you look in the background on the right, you see none other than Tui and La, the ocean and moon spirit koi fish, circling each other. That is our official reveal of these spirits, and of course, this was obvious that this was going to show up, given the fact that they are adapting the storyline of Yue. This seems to be taking place right after she gave her life, given that the very next sequence is of the Fire Nation Navy ships firing their cannonballs at something, and that something is none other than the giant koi fish spirit wreaking havoc on Fire Nation soldiers in the Northern Water Tribe as they are trying to escape and retreat. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is confirmed he is going to be showing up. The only reason I say it in that way is because I think a lot of people were dubious at the idea that they would adapt the giant koi fish spirit. Given how much CGI and budget is going to be thrown at that thing, I think a lot of people were a little skeptical if they were to have put that in there, but I think those worries are going to be put to rest because here he is. Now, the only thing that is not confirmed, which is another thing that people are speculating, is who is actually controlling it. There are rumors that it is actually not going to be Aang, but it is going to be Avatar Kuruk instead. Now, I don't know exactly how we will all feel about that, given the fact that he was the last Water Tribe avatar that existed. I think there is a bit of a connection to it there that would garner why he would show up in this capacity. Kuruk himself has been casted in the show, so maybe this is one of the areas of his capacity that they are using him for, but again, we'll have to wait and see when the final show actually comes out. Now, I really love these next two shots here as we move on. We get brand new looks at a wave of flying bison coming into the Southern Air Temple. It looks like we are also getting another new shot of Monk Gyatso looking at Aang as he smiles at what he's seeing of them flying in. For those wondering, this seems to be an adaptation of sorts with regards to the scene in the original cartoon where the pack of sky bison show up to the Southern Air Temple and the kids were given apples to feed them. This could be Aang's first introduction to Appa, so I'm hoping that's a heartwarming scene because, as we know, those two have a loving connection with each other. On this point as well, I am really glad that they are expanding on Monk Gyatso because I think his connection with Aang is an important one, and I would love to see him more in general anyway, given that we are not going to see much of him regardless, knowing his fate. We get a shot of Katara water bending that we've seen before, another shot of Bumi doing one of his classic earthbending moves with a jump rock kick, Zuko in the Southern Water Tribe as he shows up to Sokka ready to fight him as he tells him that he thought that firebenders had some guts. This is followed by another brand new shot of he and Zuko fighting it out with each other. I've heard good things about this fight scene, so I'm ready for this one when it does drop on Friday. We get another brand new sequence of what look like waterbenders in the Northern Water Tribe creating a shield from a Fire Nation Navy ship cannonball coming into the city, which is pretty cool. I like the effects here. Aang comes back with another monologue as he says that he doesn't know where this will lead, but the one thing he does know is that this is just the beginning. As he says all of this, we get new shots of Sokka and Zuki fighting the Fire Nation in Kyoshi Village, Aang fighting Bumi with some slick blocking moves, and then a shot of him jumping off of Zuko's ship as he opens up his glider to fly. Our final sequence shot is of Aang yelling yip yip to Appa in classic fashion as we know him to do so, and that right there is the full end of the trailer. Like I said already, this trailer was a fantastic way to end off the marketing campaign in terms of, I would assume, new footage for the show. I think this is really going to get fans hyped and ready to go into binge watching the entire thing. I hope you all are looking forward to this as much as I am because me and so many other people have been waiting for this moment for so long. Just to be clear here, it has been 10 years now since we got anything new from the world of Avatar in terms of a television show or movie since the finale of The Legend of Korra ended at the end of December in 2014. I'm just grateful that we are actually able to get this, and I will be able to give my honest thoughts on it when it's all over in a couple of days, but again, I'm just glad that we are getting something anyway. The Last Airbender is my favorite show of all time, and I just hope it is great because this could really lead to some good stuff coming into the future. Last thing I do want to touch on is that we did get some new images as well along with the trailer. One of them is of our main gang in the Northern Water Tribe, as you can tell by the people behind them. Another is of Zuko and Iroh talking to themselves as we see June behind them. This is the scene, of course, where they hire her to track down Aang. We get another new shot of Fire Lord Ozai in his jacked phase of glory. I have a good feeling that some people are going to be sweating a lot after seeing this photo. Finally, the next image is of Aang holding out his whistle that he uses to call Appa. Not sure what the context context is of this scene, but if I had to take a guess, given the scenery and the background, this looks like the arena that he fought Bumi in. I've got not much else to say about these photos though anyway. So with that all being said, I can't wait to go along on the journey with you all if this is in fact the last thing that we are getting footage-wise. There's nothing left for you to do than to just go and watch the show, I guess, in this case. For anyone here who is subscribed or new, I will be releasing the schedule of what I will be doing in the coming days and the next week for video uploads in my community tab, so be on the lookout for that. This is now the most important part of the video, which is to ask you all to please kindly leave your thoughts and comments down below with everything you thought about this trailer and my commentary and breakdown of it. Please do let me know what you thought. If you did enjoy this video and enjoyed the trailer and are ready for Season 1 to drop in a few days, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here, while also turning on that notification bell to be updated when I upload again in the future. On your way out of Uncle Ibro's tea shop, be sure to let him know how much you appreciate his jasmine tea and his words of wisdom that come with it. I hope everyone here has a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all soon for more Avatar.